Hey, well, thanks for finding me again. So, if you watch the other arm workout series with the soup cans, I mentioned briefly that there's some other exercises that you can do with an exercise band. So, for those of you that have an exercise band, I just wanted to go over four of these very simple exercises that you can do at home on your own. Again, we've talked about different exercises that you can do in different repetitions and sets. So, go back and check out the arm exercise, and then I'll just jump right into these exercises and then go over some basic ways that you can set up a program for yourself at home afterwards. Okay, so what we're going to do for starters is a very simple chest exercise. So having this around a railing, something sturdy, a tree if you're outside, you can have it around something inside the house. Get these behind you. And you can modify this in a lot of different ways, but we've always talked about engage your core, bend your knees, kind of suck your hips in, make sure your shoulders are back, looking forward straight ahead, not at the camera like I'm doing, but just so you can see, keeping your hands about chest level and then pushing out. That becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when you do these, you can modify it. You can come together with your hands. You can push them out shoulder width apart. Just make sure that you're trying to bring your elbows back to about 90 degrees and push out. You can even modify pushing down a little bit, pushing higher, works different aspects. But for starters, to start at about here, coming back, engaging your core, pushing out. This is going to work your biceps. This is going to work your triceps. So that's your chest press with the exercise band. Next exercise we're going to do is going to work the back. So the same sort of thing. You're going to engage your core, get down there, get a little bit of tension. And again, if you have different bands, there's bands that are very light to pull, there's bands that are very hard. If you have just one band, the further you step back, the more resistance you're going to have. But set it up so you're comfortable. So again, engage your core. And this is nice. You can keep your hands facing down, palms facing together, palms facing up to work biceps, work different parts of your body. So you can manipulate what you want to do, especially if you get bored or if something feels more comfortable for you. So sitting here again, engage your core, keep it a nice about shoulder level, and try to bring it back. Not only are you bringing it back, but think about taking your shoulder blades and squeezing them together, almost if you were kind of squeezing like a plum that was back there. Try to get those shoulder blades back. So looking forward, straight ahead, again, engage your core. Go back 1, looking straight ahead for you. I'm just checking, make sure that you can see that we're pulling this back, engaging everything. 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, if you want to kind of palms together, you can work a little differently, pull it a little lower. 7, 8 to work different areas. So that just is a great simple way of working the chest, working the triceps, working the back, working the biceps. The other 2 exercises that I like to finish with that I show people, these are exercises that are great for the small muscles of the rotator cuff. So a lot of people have rotator cuff problems, and these muscles work the in and out muscles. And again, depending on how far you stand from where it's attached will make it harder or less hard. What you're going to do here, even for starters, if you have to, take your opposite hand. Doesn't matter if you start right or left. I'm just going to show you so I'm facing the camera. But keep your elbow and your arm at the side. Try to keep your arm at about a 90-degree angle at the elbow. And again, adjust the tension. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with the arm just open a little bit, what we call external rotation. And then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate it forward across your body, which is called internal rotation. So it's working these inner muscles in the front of the shoulder as you pull in, and again, like all the exercises, in, and then slow on the out, control it. You don't want to pull in and let the band drop your arm back. You're going to lose not only a lot of the effectiveness, but potentially cause yourself an injury. So again, so if we do 8 of these, you're going to hold your arm if you need to for starters, or just engage your elbow against your side, engage your core, stand up nice and straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then what I would have you do is then turn around and do the same thing on the opposite side. So when you can do these, you can flip back and forth. Now the other exercise that you'll do, and I'll show you on my left arm just because I'm facing the camera, this works the back muscles that are what's called external rotators. It's going to be the same thing but just reversed. So same thing, depending on how far you stand, we'll put the tension in the band. Harder, not so hard. Stand up nice and tall, engage your core, keep your elbow at your side. And in this one, instead of starting your hand out in the middle, you're going to start just in a little bit. And the goal of this exercise is to rotate out just a little bit, pause on the in. So that becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So very simple exercises, things that you can do with a band. You don't need a gym. You just need one small piece of equipment. Great exercises, 4 simple ones that you can do. Chest press, triceps and chest, back pulls, work your biceps and work the back muscles, back shoulders, really pulling your scapula together, to engage that back muscle. And then the internal and external rotation exercises that work your shoulder. These are all things that you can do at home. Now, I've talked about this in the other video when we talk about sets and repetitions, because some people are not 100% sure as to what people mean when they say, oh, just do 10 reps, do 3 sets. Repetitions are the numbers of time. So here, we were doing 8 repetitions, 8 reps. And that was just one set that you saw. I didn't even complete the rotation on the right and left. But at home, I would want you to do 8 repetitions, 8 repetitions of the pull, 8 right, 8 left, and then 8 right, 8 left. So you've gone through all that. That becomes one set. And then if you want to, in a week or two, build up and do 2 sets. So go through 8 times, 8 repetitions, each exercise, 2 sets. And then the 3rd or 4th week, you might add a 3rd set, so 3 sets. Now, if that becomes easy, now you can increase the repetition. So you might do 10 repetitions of each exercise 3 times, and then build up 12 reps, and then 15 reps. And then again, if it gets easy for you, one band, step further away. It's going to put more tension. And then if you have the luxury of multiple bands, you can just go up in the, mild tension to medium tension to heavy tension, or the pounds, depending on how you bought the equipment. Again, hope you enjoy these. You're going to find another one soon on leg exercises, things that you can do at home, both on the mat, on the floor, and with some of these exercise bands. In the meantime, thanks for listening. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll be updated when the next videos come out. And also, if you haven't already, check out my podcast, Your Knee, Your Health. It gives you a lot more information about knee problems, health problems, and it answers a lot of questions that many people have, especially a lot of my patients in the office. A lot of the questions get answered over and over again, and you can find a lot of those answers to probably the same questions that you have on that podcast. You can find it on iTunes and all of the other big podcast hosting sites that are out there. So find the one that you're on, Your Knee, Your Health. Until next time, I'm Adam Rosen. Stay safe.